Hey guys, it's Drax, back with another tutorial, and this time it's of something that I love doing in PlanetSide, and that's teabagging infiltrators. I mean, taking screenshots. Yes, even though the old graphics from 2012 are showing their age, this is still a stunning game. Just for the most part, because of poor performance, we turn the settings down and miss out on the details. But still, even with the settings I currently use, which resides around the medium to high range, I still find myself snapping the odd screenshot. So here's how to capture great screenshots and video footage on PlanetSide 2. To start with, here's how to clear the screen. You press Ctrl and F10 for the HUD, which removes all the information off your screen, and Ctrl plus F11 for toggling weapon visibility. Please note though that this removes your arms and gun from the frame, also disabling fire, but you can still be killed. You are not invisible. Now, to actually do the capturing, I use Shadowplay for Nvidia graphics cards, but you could also use other software like Fraps or AMD's own version of Shadowplay called Relive. You can also capture images in-game via Ctrl and F12. But talking specifically about Shadowplay here, by default it's Alt F1 to take screenshots and Alt F9 to start video capture. You can also set up the instant replay feature, and that works via Alt F10. This records whatever has happened in the last 5 minutes normally, but you can change the length. For graphics in general, you just want to turn it up to Ultra, and that's the setting bar on the side, and you can just click Ultra and that will work, which is what I've used on the test server, and you'll see those pictures in a second. But you also want to mess around with some of the settings like bloom, for example, which is going to make some of the lighting really pop. Sometimes you want that, and sometimes you don't, so you might want that on and off depending on the circumstance. Render distance, I find that most times it's best to put up to max, so you want to see the background, but if you want to focus on something right in front of you, then you probably could turn that down a bit and it will blur the background. Particles you may also want to play around with, as this can cause some effects that you may not want, but for the most part I like it, especially for aerial shots and air battles. Now here's a pic that I took of the crown with my settings at Ultra 1080p on the test server. And now it's the same place with my custom medium settings, which I use for live. And now at 2K for extra detail so you guys can see the difference. So what classes should you use to get the best screenshots and footage? Well, I believe this to be the Light Assault and the Infiltrator. You use the Light Assault for aerial shots, using the drifter jet over bases and maybe getting in between fights that happen in the sky, and you can also use the Flight Suit to get more airtime. The Infiltrator is for the action shots at contested bases. It's like having an observer cam as you get right in on the action, but you can still die of course. You use the Stalker Cloak plus the Chameleon module just in case you take a hit so it doesn't glimmer. And you can also use the Deep Operative implant to improve the cloak a bit more. If you're a good infiltrator, a good stalker cloaker, then you can get right in the action and get the best possible combat shots. You can also use long range weapons like snipers with the infiltrator without toggling the weapon visibility. Just disable the HUD, then look through a scope with 6x zoom or higher. This will allow you to pick out details further away or follow aircraft battles as they go across the sky. It's also interesting to play with a HUD off in general gameplay. Feels like a realistic mode, which is also great for gameplay footage, although you might die a bit more than usual in this mode. So there's a quick 5-minute guide to getting great screenshots and footage on PlanetSide 2. If you have any more tips and tricks, please leave them in the comments for others to see. Please like and subscribe if you found this video helpful or informative. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.